Okay, hello. Welcome to the last tutorial. This one is about codominance. And I like this diagram because this shows, dominant is red, recessive is white. Incomplete dominance, which I did on the previous tutorial, is sort of a blending of the red and the white. And then codominance is an equal showing of the red and the white. So we can see in this one is sort of speckled between all red and all white. And that's sort of what happens with codominance. For this class, the only codominant trait we're going to focus on is human blood type. And human blood type involves two dominant traits, and you could have both of them simultaneously. So there are four main blood types: type A, type B, type AB, and type O. And the name of these are supposed to be red blood cells. The name for each of these blood types is indicated by the types of molecules on the outside of the cell. And so we say, this is supposed to represent the A antigen. So anything with the A antigen on the cells will be type A. And this is the B antigen, so anything with these B antigens on it will be type B. You'll notice that there could be a cell that has both. So codominant has both of the traits. And that would be called type AB. And then you could have one that's homozygous recessive, doesn't have either of them, and we call that type O. We use the O for like 0. There's nothing there. So there are four phenotypes, four types of blood types. And so for genotypes, we're going to use a capital I and a lowercase I. So capital I indicates that there's something on this cell, and lowercase I means there's nothing. But there's two types of antigens, so we need to have a capital I with an A if it's the A antigen, or capital I with a B if it's the B antigen. So we use these three alleles. And so if you're type A blood, you could be homozygous dominant, IA, or heterozygous, IA with a lowercase I. We don't write any letters on the lowercase I. If you're type B, there's two options. You could be homozygous dominant, IB, or heterozygous, IB lowercase I. For type AB, there's only one possibility. You're IAIB. And for type O, there's only one possibility. You're homozygous recessive, so lowercase I. So you do need to remember this, and you might want to memorize this table. So let's do a practice problem. If one parent has type AB blood and one has type O blood, what are the outcomes for their children? So I'm going to make my Punnett square and fill in the parents. One parent is type AB. There's only one way to write that. So it's IA, IB. The other is type O, and there's only one way to write that. Lowercase I. So now fill in the square. Remember to put the capital I's first. And so we'll have IA from here and lowercase I. IB, lowercase I. IA, lowercase I. IB, lowercase I. And so if I were to fill this in, this is type A, type B, type A, type B. So all the outcomes are heterozygous, either heterozygous for A or heterozygous for B. So we would say there's a 50% chance of having type A, 50% chance of having type B, 0% chance for AB, and 0% chance for O. I think I have another practice problem here. So I'm going to do one more over here because I know this is a challenging. A lot of students have trouble with the codominant one, these blood type problems. So I'll do one more. If one parent is homozygous dominant for type A blood, so homozygous dominant for type A, we know they definitely have this, and homozygous means the same. So that means both alleles are the same. So this would be homozygous dominant for type A. The other is heterozygous for type B. So since it's type B, we know we need a capital IB. And since it's heterozygous, it has to be different. So the only way to do that would be to put a recessive allele there. So if I fill this in, IA, IB, IA, IB, IA, I, IA, I. Always put the capital letters first. Always put the A's before the B's. And so now if I write this out, this is type AB, type AB, type A, type A. So in this case, there would be a 50% chance for type A, a 0% chance type B, 50% type AB, and 0% type O. So I'll do one more problem with you from your packet. And so if I pull that up, I'm on the second page at the bottom where it says problems involving codominance. So we have in a particular family, one parent is heterozygous for type A blood and the other is heterozygous for type B. So what I'm going to do, I'll say the father, if he's heterozygous for type A, I'll put IA, and since it's heterozygous, the other one has to be recessive. And the mother is heterozygous for type B, so I'll do capital I with a B, and since she's also heterozygous, we need this recessive letter. So now if I fill this out, IA, IB, here we have IB, I, here we have IA, I, and here we have lowercase i's all around. So now I can fill in the phenotypes, and I know this is going to be type AB, this is type B, this is type A, and this is type O. So actually, we have an example of each of the four blood types here, and so we can put that. There will be a 25% chance of each blood type from this cross. And that's how you do codominant blood type problems. So I know this one's a little more challenging, and you might want to refer to that table from your notes so you can remember the genotypes that go with each blood type. Okay, good luck.